Eric, thanks so much for making the time to chat with us today. To start, can you tell us a little bit about your firm?
Sure. So my law firm is an international practice, although my specialty is in commercial litigation, employment, disability rights, civil rights, and whistleblower representation. And I've been doing that for close to a little over 30 years.
So you obviously came into the group because you have a long-standing relationship with Wayne. Tell us a little bit about exactly how long you've known Wayne and then how that has been helpful in launching the firm and helping it grow.
Sure. So I've known Wayne for somewhere between 45 and 50 years. We grew up together. When I took a short hiatus from practice of law from about 10 years, from roughly 2006 to 2018. Came back into law practice because I was missing it. And candidly, during that time period, a lot has changed in the internet and how lawyers obtain referrals and clients. So feeling overwhelmed, I contacted Wayne because I know he's been dealing with coding and internet-related search engine optimization issues for a very, very long time. Was not really aware of his standing in with the co-op, but called him for advice. He then shared with me about the co-op, and I began to work with Wayne and the group to develop and put into place a website that really speaks to me and who I am and my ethos as a practitioner. And then with the aid of Matador, trying to really boost my search engine optimization so I can get my name out there as quickly as possible. So that's the extent of my background with Wayne. I've known him for a long time. I trust him. And I also know that in prior life, prior to focusing mainly on SEO work and working with companies on web design, he had a very successful and still has a very successful personal injury practice in DC. So, I've known him in that capacity as well. We've also worked some civil rights cases together. So I understand his capabilities from not only a litigation standpoint, but also in terms of what he's been able to do for marketing.
And Eric, when you came in the group, you had a brand new website built, came in with no internet presence. So we call that starting from ground zero. How long did it take? SEO is obviously not it's not a flip the switch game. How long did it take for you to start seeing results, and what are some of those results today?
Sure. So I can't state enough the tremendous results I've had. So I came into the group about 18 months ago, right at the start of the pandemic, and developed a website and really was very careful in creating not only my logo, but also pitching appropriate pictures, working on content, and then working with Matador's group to flesh out content and ongoing writing of articles and various ways to backlink and increase my presence on the web. I would say within 6 months, I started seeing, because this is a long game exercise, I started seeing some hits now on my firm. And what I did was I created not only the website, but I created a new email address so that I could better track intakes coming in. I also started using a service call tracker to see kind of what the nature of the claims of the people that were calling, where they were calling from, getting a sense of that type of data. Over the course of the following 6 months after I started seeing content, long story short, fast forward to today, I've been in about 18 months. I'm now seeing on average anywhere from 7 to 15 intakes a day. It has blown me away to the point where I was doing practicing law, but I've hired now an intake specialist to basically handle the triage on a daily basis. I also started using about May of last year, I started using Lex Reception, which is a 24-hour answering service because I couldn't handle it. And I knew that from my call tracking software, I was losing a number of intakes that were coming in because, as you know, after hours, if they don't reach somebody, they move on to someone else. And so I hired Lex Reception, who's done a phenomenal job in fielding calls, and we created a script as well as kind of menu drop downs of things that I'm looking for, so I can better track where these individuals are hearing about me. And I've now had to increase, my monthly payments to Lex Reception because I'm receiving anywhere from 800 to 1,000 minutes of intake calls a month over the last 3 to 4 months. So it's been tremendous, and I can't thank Matador enough for not only shepherding me through the process, but also working with me on the long game and continue to refine. So I'm able to see an uptick, continuing uptick and trending in the number of calls I receive.
Wow, those are fantastic results to hear. Eric, my final question for you is just your thoughts on the quality of the entire team at Matador.
So I was initially assigned to one team to help me with building the website. They did a phenomenal job. We're very responsive. We work together as a team. So, and I appreciate that because my ethos, if you will, of my law practice is very much a team-oriented approach, including the client. And so I appreciated very much that the team that I was assigned, not only in developing content, but also working with me on development of the site and what I needed in terms of logo and everything else. We all worked together as a team to create a synergy. I then migrated to other players from the Matador team to help work with my marketing. I have a monthly call with a Matador representative to go over my numbers, to assess how I'm doing in each of the categories for SEO optimization, where my website falls based on probably anywhere from 10 to 15 keywords and phrases. I'm now actually on the first page of the website for searches for virtually, with all the exception of one of the approximately 15 phrases. I'm on the first page for 14 of them. So I mean, I've jumped up from being on the 5th page, not even like a stat, to now being on the first page 18 months later. And I think that's in large part due to the work that the various team members have focused in on. I also have a separate group from Matador who handles my monthly writing of articles for purposes of increasing backlinks, where I'm posting them on sister firms that are part of the consortium. So that group has also been very responsive. So I've never had a situation where I've not gotten a return phone call within 24 hours, and I have my monthly calls like clockwork. We schedule the next call after, at the same time I have the call every month. So I've been very pleased with the responsiveness of the group.